Hello, this is going to be a video for Scorpio. Happy birthday, Scorpio. And I'm going to use a couple decks here. And so, welcome to Scorpio season and happy birthday. And so, I got a couple words as I was meditating for you guys. I got dominate and conquer, right? And I also got the spirit animal, the rat. Now, those might sound harsh, but they're really not. It's the Scorpio season. And as we know, Scorpios know how to get what they want, right? Sorry, I had a card fall. And so we know that Scorpios know how to get what they want. Okay? It's that Scorpio season, right? So, conquer is just like, I don't think it's anything bad. I think it's just like, we're in that season where whatever is going to happen, we're going to fight for it, right? So, even if it's that job, we're just going to conquer it. We're going to fight for it, we're going to get it, and we're going to do just that, right? And so, we control the situation, not in a bad way, but like, basically saying, as Scorpios, you know what you want, right? And you're willing to go out and get it. And the rat is just like that. The rat will fight for its food, right? And it won't give up until it gets what's his. Okay, so those are a couple messages I got before starting. And so, we are going to use we'll use the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and we're also going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot. And I got some Sexual Magic cards and some Love Oracles, and some Angel Answers, and we can also get us a Spirit Animal. Why don't we go ahead and do that first, even though I did get the rat. I was like my intuition. Let's go ahead and see what else we can get out of here, huh? So my name is Colleen. I'm from Mystical Moon Tarot. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, under the same name. Amethyst Raven 20. My email will be linked in the description box, so if you want a reading, just go ahead and email me. That's the quickest way to get one. My readings are pretty affordable. You'll find everything you need in the description box. So, hello, Scorpio. And so, the first thing we're going to do is see what animal is working with us. Those fell out too easy. And I hope everyone is having a good Scorpio season, and I hope that you're having a great birthday. And Virgos, I'm a Virgo, and Virgos are a lot like Scorpios, and we're not really affected by this retrograde, are we? I mean, somewhat. I had my little spots before the retrograde actually started where I was in, like, kind of like a bad space, but I got out of that pretty quickly. And the spirit animal you get is the woodpecker. Sorry, I just had a message come across my phone. It distracted me. And so the spirit animal you get is the woodpecker. So I'm going to go ahead and read this out of the book. And winged ones. Woodpecker. This talks about unique new rhythms of success, and that just goes on what I was already channeling, right? And what that means is like new rhythms of success, like different ways to get there, right? And so, this is the Ace of Winged Ones. So, this is also the Ace of Winged Ones. So, I feel like this is going to be like new beginnings, right? Fresh starts, new ways of getting to the same place, right? Until the woodpecker has... If woodpecker has appeared, then we have laid the foundation, and now it's the time to follow our rhythms. In building upon that foundation to pursue endeavors and the manner unique to us. Doing things the way we have always done them in the past will not work. Doing them the way others have done them will not work for us either. Now is the time to plan and build for the future in the manner best for us. There is a new rhythm, a new ability, and a new opportunity for rapid growth around us right now. Right? So basically what I was just saying, like, a new way of doing something, right? Because the old ways, obviously, they haven't helped us. So that's your animal energy for Scorpio, is the woodpecker. So it's that. So I feel like in Scorpio season here, like, we're finding new ways to do old things. We're finding new ways to get to a place, to the same place, right? And new ways to get to the same place. And I'm sticking to my chair. So I'm finding new ways to get to the same place. And I'm repeating myself. But I'm trying to listen for spirit, and like, I feel like Scorpios are finishing things, if that makes sense. I keep hearing the finisher, or the finishing touches, right? We're putting the finishing touches on stuff. And the first card we get is the Ten of Swords, and then after that we get the Moon. I'm going to go ahead and move these cards over, because this is your love portion. I feel like what's coming out first is going to be career. So we get the Ten of Swords, we get the Moon, and we get, not that one. We get the Eight of Swords. So I'm going to draw 6 cards from here, and then we're going to clarify, okay? And we all know that, we already know, we get the Mother of Swords. The Daughter of Pentacles. And the Fool. Alright. Why is the Ten of Swords here? The Empress. The Emperor. Temperance. Well, no, not feeling those cards. The Moon. Oh, the stars over the moon. Then we get the Four of Wands over the Eight of Wands. And the Two of Swords at the Mother of Swords. Funny. Oh, we get the Nine of Cups with the Daughter of Pentacles. So what do we got coming, guys? And the Three of Wands for the Fool. Alright. I'm going to actually refer to this because I haven't done these cards in a while, but we all know what the Ten of Swords is, right? The Ten of Swords is being all up in our heads, right? The Ten of Swords is like destruction, right? Or feeling like, I mean, look at all the swords are feeling like death, right? Like things are over, like we're dwelling on the bad, right? And with that, we get the Emperor. So I feel like this might be in a career context, or this could be in a relationship. You could have Aries in your life, and this could be talking about just like nothing seems to work, I feel like, right? Because after that, we get the moon card. And the moon talks about what's hidden, right? What's in the dark. So I feel like we feel, with the Ten of Swords, I feel like we feel like things are in destruction over this person or job, right? Because this could be a boss too. I feel like we just feel like this shit's over. But I feel like there's something hidden. So I feel like if we hang on, we might just find out it might not be as bad as we think it is what I'm feeling with that. Because then we get the star, right? And the star talks about there being light after darkness, right? And so I feel like we might just be like Virgos do, right? But you guys are Scorpios. But Virgos do that overanalyzing thing where they think things are worse than they actually are. And so I feel like if we hang on, the star's going to show us, and just like the rainbow there, that's like the promise from God, right? It's going to light the way for us. So we need to not like, what's the word I want to use? Be like overly judgmental or like quick to decide when we don't have all the facts is what I feel like, right? And then we actually get the Eight of Wands, which I'm actually going to go ahead and look that up for a second. So the Eight of Wands strikes lightning. It's a card of news, change, or clarity in an unresolved situation. So like I was just saying, if we hang on, we're going to get that clarity, right? Because the star's going to illuminate stuff for us. You might hear from an old friend out of the blue or receive some surprising news that shifts the direction of your course. This card sometimes means a little movement, and it's on the horizon, so be ready to travel if the opportunity arises, okay? So we might be going somewhere. So this situation isn't going to be as bad as you think, because this card brings in clarity, right? And then we get the Four of Wands. So and fours are about foundation, right? And so let's see what the Four has to say. It basically says, the Four says you've done it. So like my channeling was going off of like finding new ways to get to the same place. So you've done it. The Four of Wands is a card of completion. Your labors have been steady and strong, and the harvest will be plentiful. In other words, it's time to party, right? Mark this occasion. This could be a graduation, a wedding, or a celebration of some kind. So enjoy yourself and those you love. This is an exciting and prosperous time. So there's some clarity on that situation for you. So this is a good reading, Scorpio. And then we have the Two of Swords, and we know the Two of Swords talks about there being choices, right? There's a decision that has to be made, but we can't see or we don't know what choice to make, right? Because we get the Mother of Swords with that. And I'm going to go ahead and look that one up because I don't usually use this. So it's probably like the Queen of Swords. We need to make a choice. Is it Dara? So you'll often find the Mother of Swords putting her sharp perceptions to use as a therapist, a doctor, or teacher. She's extremely experienced and knowledgeable in her field. Some think of her as the all-seeing. This card sometimes represents a woman going through a difficult time. She may be recently widowed or divorced, and usually without children. During this time, there's potential for her criticisms to soar. So yeah, this is just like this would be like the Queen of Swords, right? So the Queen of Swords can come in and cut sharp with her words, but there's a decision here that has to be made, and so I feel like I'm trying to see how this goes into this other situation here, because after this Ten of Swords comes with this Emperor, you got the Queen of Swords, and it's a decision. So the decision's going to be made, but I feel like she might be harsh with her words, right? So I feel like be careful with your words when you're making the decision, because I feel like you guys are in the Queen of Swords energy, but you are Scorpio, so like, yeah, there's that energy, right? And then you get the Daughter of Pentacles, okay? And let's go ahead and read her up too. Nine. You will usually find the Daughter of Pentacles behind the scenes rather than out in the spotlight. Though quite shy, she is hardworking and responsible, and she handles details and logistics well. People depend on her. She has vast amounts of inner strength, like all the Pentacles family. The daughter thrives, woman nature. So this is a person that likes to be on. Unlike the Queen of Swords, this one is in the backdrop, right? So I feel like this could be the same person. And okay, so notice how there's a Two of Swords in this decision that has to be made. And this also the Queen of Swords and the Daughter of Pentacles. And I feel like you could go either way with this, right? You could be harsh or you could be gentle, right? So I feel like that's like Scorpio nature. Like, we can use discernment and know where we have to be harsh and know where we have to be soft, right? I feel like that's kind of like the Two of Swords is telling us to know when to be either one of these people, if that makes sense. So that brings us to the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is all about emotions. And if we do things in a kosher, equal way, and we know where to act and when to act, we can bring in a Ten of Cups without totally pissing people off, right? Because if this has got anything to do with a job, this could be like two bosses or two jobs, right? So we don't want to be like an asshole. Excuse my language, but this is going to bring in a Ten of Cups, because then we get the Fool card. And the Fool talks about there being new beginnings, right? And so, like I said in the beginning of the reading, new ways to get to the same result. So we might, as Scorpios, like to be like harsh sometimes, and not everybody can take that energy. So we have to learn we have to learn balance, right? When and where we should be that way, okay? So the Fool talks about there being new beginnings and trusting the outcome, right? And then the last card we got was the Three of Wands. And let's see what the Three of Wands, I believe, is decisions. Let's see. The Three of Wands indicates you had continued support from others, perhaps from your parents or two good friends. But now it's the time to rely on yourself for guidance. Clarify your goals and cast others. The future is infinite and it is yours. No one else can see through its layers. Well, I feel like this is you. These two people could even be people that helped you, right? Along the way. Like maybe you were stuck in a position, or vice versa. Maybe you helped other people out. And now it's your time to help yourself. Now that you're back on your feet, you have values, you have morals. You formed a sense of self, but it's time to rely on yourself for guidance now, okay? And there's that. Hopefully that made sense. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card from here. I feel like, I don't know if that made sense. I don't know if I should post this video. I'll probably do this video over. And we get flow on this, number 20 on this card, which equals down to 2. 2 talks about unions, right? And flow is just that. We're in our flow, okay? So we've rised up from the ashes, and now we're going to conquer, right? We're going to stabilize, we're going to conquer, and we're in our flow. We're just going to keep moving. Let's go ahead and get some of these. Scorpio season, and you guys are in your flow. And that's just amazing to me. Like, Scorpios can be kind of harsh, right? If we can learn balance, we can learn how to use discernment and know when and where to use our Queen of Swords, right? So this is the Eight of Fire, and it says events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happen at once. So like I said, like just finding a new way to get the same result. And then you get the Four of Air, and Four talks about foundations. It's time to rest or take a vacation, allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. So I feel like that's there talking about which personality you need to bring out, right? All right. So use discernment there. Maybe take like a reflection, like kind of like the Hermit does. And let's get one more from here. That's just getting stuck. There's no reason for those to fall like that. And then we get the Knight of Air. This is intelligent, decisive, idealistic, tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. Creative solutions. So there again, like, take time to review your options, right? Like, use discernment on which way to act, I feel like, okay? So that's going to be really important for you guys this month, okay? Creative solutions, because I feel like you guys have the willpower, right? You guys can do that if you want to. Let's get you some Lovers Oracles to see anything. And a couple thoughts. We get a sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Then you also get, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So don't crowd each other, right? And honor your relationship. And then the last one you get is, beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess equally. So the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection, right? Okay? So don't go around, like, know that you're a mirror of each other, I feel like what this is saying. Like, honor each other, let there be closeness, but always know that if there's something you don't like about that person, it's probably within yourself too, right? And then we'll get a couple from the Sexual Tarot. And what do we get? We have the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups talks about unions, and just that picture is just like, he's just loving her, and she's just loving him, right? The Two of Cups. So there's emotion coming in. And then you also get the Emperor. Again, you had the Emperor over here. So you also get the Emperor again, and this could be a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And so you have a two, or just the Emperor coming in general, like that fire energy with the Two of Cups. And let me go ahead and grab one more of these. It looks like you definitely have some fire around you, some passion. Could be the passion for the job, it could be passion in love, could be both, right? And so let's go ahead and get you one more card going out of this reading. And you get the Ace of Earth, and aces are about new beginnings, right? The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. So again, with the business, so honestly, this could be all about business. This union can be just, I like to draw a love card, so, but this union can be just like you getting another job, getting a new job, or finding a better way, or getting back to school, you know, to make more money, right? And just remember, your message was to conquer, but not to crush. Does that make sense? Conquer, don't crush. And I hope you guys have a great night. Namaste.